Hey everybody, it's Toby, and just want to take a moment today and share with you a new product that just came in, and a big shout out to Sametop for giving me the opportunity to review another product. So in today's product review, we're going to be looking at Sametop's 11-in-1 GoPro Accessory Kit. And in the kit, we'll be really looking at right now is probably the bobber. Today I've got to come out to Birch Bay Water Park and hang out with the kids for the birthday, and it's giving me a little opportunity to actually test it. Being that it's still June in Washington, it's still a bit cold to go out in the Sound and do some swimming out there with some more wildlife. So we'll just do a brief little test now so we can get this done for Sametop. But anyways, let's take a look at it and we'll go from there. So in the carrying case, unlike some other cases, it just comes in a cardboard box and not in a traditional hard case. But being for the price that it's available on Amazon, see the link below in the description, it's well worth its money in my book. So opening it up, you can see you get how it comes in the package. So you get your big nylon carrying case, with your two ends to tighten everything up. You get Sametop's handlebar mount for all your dirt bike and bicycle and BMX needs. You have their selfie stick right here, and so you get that, and it just locks into place as you open it up. Just give it a little turn and it tightens right up. But then you turn a little left and then it rotates in on each section. You get all your instructions, get a little invitation card as a reviewer like that, and typical GoPro mounts, which we'll use all these a little bit later. Your screws, your 1/4 by 20 tripod mount, as well as just your standard GoPro clip. See if you can't see that in there. You also get Sametop's suction cup mount. It's a little different from the GoPro mounts, being that it has a fixed slide on it with an arm, which the new GoPro suction cups just are straight on here. You'll also notice the size is a little bit different. They're actually a little bit smaller than the GoPro ones. This could be ideal for even like surfboards and even smaller spaces inside of an automobile, to where you don't want the bigger cup kind of blocking any sort of point of view or field of view. Then also you have your chestie, but we'll save that for later, and your headband. But today we're really going to be looking at the bobber. So I've already talked to the people at the park today, and they said we could use the bobber as long as they're not liable nor responsible. And if it does come off, no one's really going to retrieve it. Good thing they provide a tether that will attach, and that way we can just make sure. I mean, the bobber floats, or should float, and it should be easily to recover. But being that the lifeguards can get pretty picky if you try swimming away and wanting to go retrieve some personal equipment or items. So we're just going to attach the strap. We're going to use a Hero 2 on the bobber today, and just because it'll add a little bit more weight to it, and that way anybody watching this knows anything with a 3 Plus, 4, or even a Sessions would have no problem being floated by the Sametop bobber. So let's go ahead and just attach the two real quick, and then we'll just kind of show you how I've tethered it. I'm not really going to read the user guide, so just going to wing it on this one. So the infamous Hero 2, left the Hero 1 at the original Hero at home along with the 3 Plus, just because I wanted a little nostalgia with the 2. Still does good 1080p at 30 frames a second, so it's actually one of good little favorite. So what I'm doing right now is, through the typical 3-pronged mount, I'm just going to slide in the strap, the mounting strap, actually I'm going to use it this way. Screw in the screw that came with it, and then while that's there, you can see creates just a nice attaching point with no additional need for additional loops or anything like that, so you can actually keep it as long as you want. And then the slide, or the hand strap, just your typical locking, unlocking, slide in, mount strap, and should be good to go. So hopefully it doesn't, I know in some water parks they want you to either hand hold the GoPro with no other accessory because it could damage like the slide, but that was at Typhoon Lagoon, and that I learned back in July. And here at Birch Bay, near Bellingham, Washington, they say it's pretty open. You can have it in a mount, and as long as it's not coming loose, that's their rules. So check with your local park to see what they do. Just go ask a lifeguard. That's the easiest way I get information when I'm at a water park. But anyways, I'm gonna go test this out, maybe give it to one of the kids and see how they do with it with their little hands. All right, stay tuned. Makes for a pretty good handle on the water slide. Really stable, you can grip it real well, and just kind of enjoy the ride and get a nice POV view or a selfie view as you go down through the corkscrews and just all the fun basic slides here at Birch Bay. Alright, so we just finished up at Birch Bay, and I have to say the bobber worked out flawlessly. It worked out great for, its flotation, and I actually used a GoPro 4 instead of the 2, which was mentioned in the previous video, and just because I wanted the better quality of picture. And the size of the bobber made it nice for when we let the kids borrow it, that it fit in their hands fine. It wasn't overly big, and they were easily to grip onto it as they were going down the water slides and tube slides. And the tether gave me some security that it wasn't going to be easily dropped when they landed in the water or hit some bumps on the tubes and dropped it, and maybe it float away into a filter or something like that. So just nice added security and easy to attach. So gotta say, the bobber could be one of my new favorite ones for just even day-to-day walking around because of its size. You know, the selfie stick is kind of nice, but you know, to get a little bit farther away, but with a GoPro sometimes you just don't need that. So happy with this. Okay, on to the next deal. Our next test is gonna be, oh, there, the chestie. So I'm going to take the dirt bike out and actually ride the dirt bike and test how well it fits. But more importantly, also I want to see that it's not moving around a lot. So when you're, you know, just like on a dirt bike or any sport, action sport that has a lot of vibration and a lot of movement, if your mount isn't secure enough and your camera's bobbling on around, you know your footage is coming out all bad. And so I'm going to go ahead, and you want to pre-fit a chestie before you go out, especially with the gear you're going to be wearing for that day. It's no fun to get out there and have to fight while everybody's waiting on you to get your gear all set up. So pre-fit the chestie to make sure, one, it's secure, two, it's not pinching, and it's located in the right area. Now you want to keep it kind of still high on your, you know, a little higher on your torso, because if it gets too low, your camera angles aren't just going to be the stuff you're going to want to film. So keep it a little bit higher up on your chest and make sure it fits real well. You know, you have two adjustable straps here, and then you have the two on your sides. So I'm going to actually make mine a little bit longer. There we go. Just so it's sitting real good. Personally, I like to keep the center one really tight. That way it's not floating up and down when I'm riding. And that way that ensures good camera stability and, you know, good focus, and you're not making your users all sick because it's just rattling around. So keep it really tight around your waist or in your torso, but just make sure your length is good. Yeah, and then again, I can't reiterate enough: pre-fit before you go out. It's uncomfortable when you have like pinching and rubbing, especially if you're going to go out for a long period of time and you don't really have time to stop to do an adjustment. You know, I know my buddies, when we go out riding, no one really likes to stop in the first 5 minutes, so, you know, but it happens. So just pre-fit and you should be good to go. You know, right now it does feel pretty comfortable, but yeah, let's get out on the dirt bike and see how the footage comes out. We just finished up the chestie test on the dirt bike, and have to say I'm pretty pleased with how the Sametop chestie fit
has a dent rub or pinch, as I was mentioning earlier, and also was very stable when riding across bumps and stuff like that. Now, the one thing I do recommend, but it's not for the product itself, it's actually for when you're using it, is to make sure your camera angle is tilted up. You kind of want to point the camera back up towards your chin a little bit. That way, for when you're riding your dirt bike or anything and you're leaning forward, you actually get the view you want. As you can see in one of the other videos, the camera angle was a little too low for when I was standing up, and it was shooting more of the handlebar than I liked than actually getting the surroundings that we were riding through. So that's just a little side tip right there. But yeah, again, very pleased with the Sametop's chestie. Now, also during this time, we got to test the Sametop suction cup. Now, I went down to Pacific Raceways and we stuck it to the side of my friend's Mustang and just did some couple other shots with it. And as you'll see in this upcoming clip, it worked out great. And the speeds we were exceeding about 135 to maybe 145, pushing it down the straightaway. So comfortable with the Sametop suction cup under duress. So we had a good time testing all of Sametop's products, and I really want to give them a big shout out for sending me their 11-in-1 kit to test out so I could do this review for everybody. And if you're looking for a starter style accessory kit, either for yourself or for, say, one of the kids who's just getting into it, I'd highly recommend the Sametop 11-in-1 because it gives you your suction cup, your chestie, your selfie stick, head strap, and even the 1/4 by 20 tripod mount. And so for the price point it creates a lot of diversity of what you can do for your multiple shots. As everybody knows, or as most people experience when they get into GoPros, it's tough to create all those different shots. And then when you buy an expensive camera and then you have to buy accessories to create all these different mounts or make your own, you can skip some of the hassle by just picking up one of Sametop's kits. So thanks again to Sametop for letting me do this. Thank you for watching it. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe or hit the thumbs up button. It actually helps me quite a bit produce content for you guys. So anyways, thanks for tuning in on this product review, and we'll see you at the other one.